Hi, today we're going to talk about 10% and how to find 10% of a number and other benchmark percent. So, to find 10% of any number, all you need to do is move the decimal point one place to the left. Okay? Move your decimal point one place to the left. And kind of disregard this drawing right here because I made it and then I had to move some of the text and then my drawing didn't shift, and so it's kind of off a little bit. So remember, if you have a whole number 20, the decimal point is at the end of the number. So it's after the 0, right? Kind of right there. So if you move it one place to the left, it's going to go in between your 2 and your 0. Okay, so it comes out to be 2. So 10% of 20 is 2. Now let's take a look here. Find 10% of 10. So if my decimal point is here, I'm going to make that font a little bit bigger so you can see it. There we go. Move it one place to the left to find 10%. So that would be in between the 1 and the 0. So 10% of 10 is 1. Okay, same thing for 30. Remember, your decimal point's here. Move it one step to the left. So 10% of 30 is 3. I want you to go ahead and try to do the same for all of these. Push stop on the video. Answer 80, 100, 250, 45, 62, and 9. Okay, now that you're done with those, let's check them. 10% of 80 is 8. 10% of 100 is 10. 10% of 250 is 25. 10% of 45 would be 4.5. 10% of 62 is 6.2. And 10% of 9 would be 0.9. Okay, so you're just moving the decimal point over one place to the left. To find 20%, what you're going to do is you're first going to find 10%, and then you're just going to double it. So we already found 10% of all of our numbers. So to find 20%, we're just going to double that. So 10% of 10 is 1. So if I double 1, that is 2. So 20% of 10 is 2. 10% of 30 is 3. If I double 3, I get 6. So 20% of 30 is 6. I would like you to finish the row. Find 20% of each of the remaining numbers. All right, now let's check them. 20% of 80 is 16. 20% of 100 is 20. 20% of 250 is 50. 20% of 45 is 9. 20% of 62 is 12.4. And 20% of 9 is 1.8. How do we think we find 30%? Think about that. If we found 20% by finding 10% and doubling it, how do you think we're going to find 30%? Yes, you are right. We're going to find 10%, and then we're going to triple it. All right, so I found 10% of 10 is 1. If I triple that, I get 3. 10% of 30 is 3. If I triple that, take it times 3, 3 times 3 is 9. And you also will notice you could add your 10 and 20%. 10% plus 20% equals 30%. So if I add my 1 and my 2, I get my 3. Stop the video and fill out the rest of this row. All right, let's check and see how you did. 30% of 80 is 24. 30% of 100 is 30. 30% of 250 is 75. 30% of 45 is 13.5. 30% of 62 is 18.3. And 30% of 9 is 2.7. Next, we have 5%. Think about, how does 5% relate to 10%? Well, 5% is half of 10%. So once you find 10%, you are going to take half of it or divide it by 2. So we found 10%, which is 1, if we're talking about 10. So if we take half of 1, that's 0.5 or 1/2. 3 is 10% of 30, so half of 3 is 1.5. So 5% of 30 is 1.5. Stop the video and continue with the rest of the row. All right, let's check it. 5% of 80 is 4. 5% of 100 is 5. 5% of 250 is 12.5. 5% of 45 is 2.25. 5% of 62 is 3.1. And 5% of 9 is 0.45. All right, now we just have our last one. If we want to find 25% of a number, there's a couple different ways we could do this. The way I have you do it is just to find your 20 and find your 5 and add them together. You could also subtract your 30% minus your 5, because 30 minus 5 is 25. You could do that as well. There's many different ways. You could find your 5% and multiply it by 5. So lots of different ways that you can find it. So we're just going to add our 20 and our 20% number and our 5% number. So 25% of 10 is 2.5. 25% of 30 is 7.5. Go ahead and stop the video and finish out the table. All right, let's check. 25% of 80 is 20. 25% of 100 is 25. 25% of 250 is 62.5. And 25% of 45 is 11.25. 25% of 62 is 15.5. And 25% of 9 is 2.25. So I hope that helps you out. For the homework, what we did was we just completed the back side of the page, which the table on the back side, which is the same as the table on the front, just different numbers. So go ahead and complete that and then turn that in. Thank you.